Welcome back. Women make up 2/3 of the world's illiterate population, with the majority of these women living in rural areas. To help change this, the Southern African Institute of Learning is providing free SMME development training to nearly 2,000 disadvantaged women. Joining us now to talk about this is the Institute's CEO, Vimala Ariyan, and beneficiary Helen Masumpa. Ladies, a very good morning to you both. I will then start with you. What inspired this for you?
We have always been involved in development and in education. So developing women and honoring the Women's Day was an idea that we conceptualized after focusing on the Women's March of 1956. So we decided that to commemorate that march and to honor Women's Day, Women's Month, we're going to train 1,956 women on how to open their businesses and develop the skills that require them to sustain those businesses.
1,956 women to help is but a drop in the ocean with our population. But how did you, apart from how you arrived at the figure, how did you choose which women you'd assist?
We are now on a recruitment drive using NGOs, MPOs, and community-based centers. We are also having interactions with government officials to recruit the right women for this program. And we are currently now working through criteria to make sure that we have women who are serious about developing themselves and who will take the program seriously. So our first batch of women are going to be our pilot, and we're hoping that we can double those numbers every year.
And one of those women is Helen Masumpa from, I understand, Kliptown, yes. How did you find out about this initiative?
That Mkuseli nominated me because I used to work with him. He was a PR from UJ, and as I was studying at UJ, I meet him there in UJ.
Let's talk more about the work that you do. You are in the child care business. So how would such an initiative help you in not only growing your business, but upskilling yourself as a business person?
It's going to help me because for now I'm still struggling to grow up the community-based project, as I'm struggling with feeding these children because I'm looking after 114 children. Then with their skills, I'm going to grow and I'm going to open, like I have a bakery, but it's not working for now. Then I'm going to open a bakery and then I'm going to do some ice, as the Squattacan, they don't have fridges and electricity, and I'm going to skill the community. They are going to benefit from the center and open their own businesses.
Vimala, let's bring you back into the conversation. We've spoken to Helen. She's in the childcare business, and SMMEs in this country are said to be the next big frontier as far as creating jobs and helping the economy grow further. But given just how varied they are, I would imagine it requires quite a fair bit from yourselves to help these various business people, and that's why I understand you've brought in different partners to assist you.
We have brought in different partners, but I think before we get into the partnerships, I just want to speak about Helen's business. There's many opportunities already associated with what she's doing, and that is training child ECD, early childhood development workers. That could be one element. And then if you look at the ice, there's a need for that. That is another element. And then the baking. So Helen now in our program will have to identify which idea she wants to focus on and go deep. Our program will give her the skills required to build on that idea. The partners that we're looking for, because we want to do this using mobile learning, and the partners we're looking for are people who can assist us, because as you know, getting internet into the communities and into the rural areas are going to be a very big challenge. But we're not letting that obstacle frighten us. We are looking for partners that will iron out those obstacles and allow us to deliver using smartphones, and surprisingly and amazingly so, many women in the rural areas have smartphones. So we're going to use mobile learning to deliver the message and deliver the training to these women with various partners like cell phone providers, government departments, quality assurance and sector education training authorities.
And the other thing would be to, of course, make the training for the women who don't have access to cell phones and all of that, to make it as less intimidating as possible, because e-learning can, at the best of times, be quite a frightening experience.
It can. And we do orientation programs, induction programs, which are face-to-face learning before we actually, present them with the program. And Besides that, these women that go through the short program are going to be in an incubation program for a year. So there's going to be added support, there's going to be mentors, and there's going to be people that they can communicate with so that they can apply all that they've learned in the program.
Helen, so from the time when you were nominated to where you are now, what have you taken from the program?
The new program.
From this program that you're working with, what is the one thing that you can say it's helped you to do?
The program, that it haven't started.
Mm.
We are in the recruitment stage at the moment. We are busy recruiting learners. The program has been launched this month, but the program will only activate in November.
And are you excited?
Yes, I am.
So when you go in, we've spoken about the e-learning and all of that. Have you started preparing for the style in which they're going to be helping you?
Yes, because I was busy enrolling with e-learning, which I'm going to start Saturday this weekend.
And you're not nervous?
No.
So, and that's a big thing, isn't it? So to go into the communities where this is needed most, are you finding that in that space, apart from yourselves, there's a lot more going on to try and help and empower these women in a way that not only ends up in a situation where you're having to go from month to month with assistance, but empowers them so that they can then take the skills and help others in the community grow?
And that's the big idea. If you take Helen's bakery, her bakery now, when we develop her as the businesswoman to open and run a bakery, she's going to have to employ people and train them on how to bake. So those skills now will allow them to go out and do their own baking and eventually start their own businesses. So we want a ripple effect of what we do. E-learning is a beautiful tool to actually get to people. And with e-learning and with online learning, digital learning, we can get through to thousands of women rather than being hit with the logistics of classroom-based training.
All right, Vimala, Helen, thank you so much for your time this morning.
Thank you.
And that was the Southern African Institute of Learning CEO, Vimala Ariyan, and a beneficiary of this program, which we understand is yet to be rolled out, Helen Masumba, speaking to us here on ENCA Now. We want to return you